everybody, welcome back to the channel and to another map tour here. This is Bergmann 1.2 and he actually expanded the map pretty substantially, so I figured it warranted another map tour. I will try and go back and get a picture of the original map, but basically this part down here was added, like these fields right here, and I think most of this right here was added too. I think it was basically this before, if I remember right. There was quite a substantial amount added. Also, there's a lot more new stuff. I don't think there's anything a ton new as far as production stuff. I think there's a couple things, so I'll have to buy up the whole map at the end of the video here and see. I might do another video on that. There have been some construction projects added around the map. There's 2. I will be doing separate videos on those. But you guys are gonna have to bear with me. I'm not gonna go into too much detail right now. When the time is right, when I know more, I will. But I am having a little bit of a health issue, so I apologize if there's any less content over the next little while. Once I know what's exactly going on, I will come out and tell you guys exactly what's going on. But I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a heads up that there might not be as much content. I am trying my best. So, here's your crop calendar. I'm not sure if anything here has changed, so I'll just show it again. Your animals, we'll look at that again in a little bit. Here's your bell wrapping. Gosh, here's your contracts. Here's a new area. This is what was this called? A goose fattening operation, which isn't in the middle of that field. It's off to the side. I believe each one of these holds 200. We can go out of flight mode and take a look here. Oh, I also need to turn player speed down. There we go. Maybe I can't. Okay, what do you start with in New Farmer? That's another thing. Right there. That's what you start with in New Farmer. I am going to go ahead and F12 the map real quick so we can take a look here. Okay, here we go. There's a bell storage right here. No, this isn't a bell storage. Yeah, it is. 200 bells there. I'm not sure if this whole thing is the bell storage or if that is and this is just regular vehicle storage. I'm not 100% sure there, but I know there is bell storage in there. And yeah, these are 200 goose. I hope at some point he brings back the chicken spot like this too. At the end of Bergmann in 22, he had a chicken area like this and it was great. I hope he brings that back. And yeah, I think that one over there was just bale storage. Here's a vehicle storage over here. you can get into these. These all open. I believe any door you see here opens. Yuppers. Alright, there's that. And then over here you have an apple orchard. I will be going over all this in a separate video. Like I said, just give me time. These videos probably aren't going to be coming out as fast as I would like them to, but I will get everything out to you guys. And then there's a water collection point. This is really cool. I think when it rains, this fills up and then you can use it to fill up your like water tankers and stuff. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that is how that works. And then this new section over here. We have a gravel pit right here. There's some vehicle storage right here. And then basically you pick, I believe it generates here and you pick it up and then it regenerates. I believe is how that works. Can we get in here? Don't think so. Said open. Thank you. Vehicle shed right here. This is another farm. At least it looks like. I know there's a farm up here. I know that's another farm up there. But I think this could be used as a farm too. Workshop right here. So I think he added multiple. Compost packing hall right here. This door opens. Something right here. Pallet manufacturer right here. And then over here, you have your animal shelter right here. We are closed, come back later. This is open 10 to 1800. So it's not quite open yet, but that's neat. We'll have to go back there later maybe. Or, you know what? I know how to get in there. What am I doing? It's just flight mode over here real quick. He brought back cats, but they're only here at the animal shelter. Maybe he'll bring them. Hopefully he'll bring those back to the main farm area too. Your starting farm, but there's some... Guessing that's a dog? Yeah. These are all dogs. I guess that dog over here is just sleeping. I don't know. But yeah, there's an animal shelter here. We'll get into that a little bit later. This is a Bell sell point, I believe. On that though. There's Katie. Yes, this is a production. So let's go ahead. Set owner, my farm. Change 5 production points to my farm. Maybe it doesn't show up on the production menu? I'll have to remember. We'll go over the animal shelter in another video. I'll have a whole video dedicated to that at some point here. Let's jump over here. We are just going to jump into flight mode for this. Here's another farm. It's not where I wanted to be. I thought I said visit over here. So, this is your farm. No. Huh? That's confusing me. This is your farm. What all is your farm over that way? I'm not sure. Then you have grain mill right here. I'm not sure if this is new or if this was here, so let's take a look. There's that. Fish farm. I guess there were some minor changes over here, like the fish boxes don't fall back into the water anymore. I'm gonna do a whole separate video on fishing as well. Here's tells you your fish stock right there. I don't remember seeing that before. Either I didn't notice that in the last map tour, that's new. But yeah, I'll have a whole separate video on that too. And then land trade. It's the land trade and some buy-in points right here. And then we go back to the main house here. You can turn this into a construction project. We'll go over the two construction projects in a different video. There's been some changes over here. The, rabbits don't just run everywhere now. They're more in a confined space, which I like better. This is just the pigs now. And then your new... Let me find it. Here it is. And then over here, you have... This is your new sheep goat area. Which I like because I thought the, pig area and sheep and goats right there was a little bit too confined. Anything else will be in a different video, I think. Let me go into construction menu and take a quick look real quick, but in particular, I want to go down here. No. Alright. Anything else will be covered in a video. I'm not sure how many videos it's going to come out to be, but there's definitely going to be more videos on this map going into more detail on stuff. But basically, that's a quick overview, updated map tour of what's been added in 1.2 of Huff Bergmann. Like I said, I have other videos. Give me time. And with that, I hope how I'm feeling hasn't come out in the videos. But if it did, I apologize. I am doing my best here. I'm waiting on a call from a specialist to be seen. But I'm not going to say exactly what it is, but basically, I'll give you a little bit of what's going on if you've watched this far. Basically, I had blood work at my doctor's appointment at the end of August, and some abnormalities showed up, so he wants me to see a specialist. But also the past couple days, I've just had very low energy, so hopefully that didn't come through in the videos. Doesn't come through in the videos or streams that I do, and if there's a lack of anything, that's why. Once I see the specialist and know more, I will give a full updated update. You guys know me, I am transparent about everything, at least as much as I can. And it's probably going to affect content, so it's something I want you guys to be in the know, but I want to know exactly what's going on before I give you a full lowdown, so I give you correct info. But with that, if you have not, do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. If I already said this, delete it. And I will see you all in the next one. Later.